I think the reason FSB are the only gambling technology company in the Tech Track 100 is really we're one of the only companies that are focusing on modern technology in sports betting, and we've been working on this for well over a decade now. It takes a decade to build an overnight success, and our vision of building sports betting as a fully managed service has been one of the fastest growing segments of the industry over the past 3 or 4 years, and that's why we can see it reflected in the Tech Track 100 performance. I think it's really frustrating. The UK Gambling Commission review has come at a time where we're experiencing fantastic growth, fantastic success for the business, and FSB has always prided itself on our compliance, on our integrity, and on our commitment to regulated markets. Unlike so many companies in the space, we've never worked in black markets. We've always focused on the regulated markets. And in this instance, we brought on a partner. We didn't do the proper due diligence on that partner, and we're paying the price for cutting corners in our due diligence process. It's a sign of our times. We can see the regulatory environment has changed in the UK very quickly, very rapidly over the past several years. We've seen the Gambling Commission focus on the larger operators. They focused on the fixed odds betting terminals. And now the focus is on white label operators. And there's a very strong message that the Gambling Commission is trying to send to the industry, which is, as a white label operator, we have the responsibility to make sure that any third parties that we bring into the industry that we've done the proper due diligence on. I think that's a lesson that's that's been learned on our side, but at the same time, we've made huge investments into our AML processing, our safe gaming processing, and I believe we've actually got state-of-the-art systems now for consumer protections. I've seen some numbers around the number of companies that have been audited, and only about 20% of the companies come through absolutely clean. Across the board, we've got an industry that 10 years ago was operating without much regulation at all, and the standards have risen very rapidly. And I think that pretty much every company out there needs to go through a process of raising and improving their standards. Quite frankly, we've had the Gambling Commission in for several audits. We've needed to raise our game on AML. We've needed to raise our game on responsible gambling. But over the past year, on the responsible gambling front, which is what I read between the lines, it was customer interactions was the issue with every matrix. We've implemented a piece of AI that ranks customers on the most likely to have a problem. But we've also implemented other measures, looking at people who withdraw frequently, looking at people who are spending time late at night on the site. And we've implemented a system where we're taking multiple metrics from different parts of the system to identify customers in different ways. And then we're monitoring the effectiveness of that policy. We're dip testing and sampling the quality of that process, and we're reporting into the board. And where we are today from where we are 12 months ago is again, it's a big difference. And I think that's where, if companies don't make that transition, then we're seeing that the Gambling Commission isn't afraid to take pretty severe measures.